feelings in your reading, and certainly that was very good. And we know that every scripture inside the Bible is important, very important. But that does not mean that we can read the scriptures any kind of way and it will automatically just capture the audience's attention. We have to put feeling into the scripture. We have to put enthusiasm into the scripture. And by doing this, we're able to hold the audience's attention. And so you did a very good job with that. Notice how the BE book brings this to our attention. We'd like to encourage everyone to open up your BE book as we take a look at page 115 of the BE book. And we're going to look at that first paragraph on page 115. Notice what it says. Enthusiasm helps give life to talk. While it is important to have informative material, it is likely enthusiastic delivery that will help capture the attention of the audience. And so that's what you did. It was live, and we certainly enjoyed your talk, and we look forward to your next one. The second student on our Theocratic Ministry School is Sister Lauren Baker, and her assistant household is Keisha Baker, and her theme, ways in which true Christians can show genuine hospitality, and her setting, witnessing to a school teacher.
Hello, Miss Baker. I stayed after school as you requested. Am I in trouble for something?
Oh no, Lauren, you're one of my favorite students. Please don't tell the rest of the class that. But the reason why I asked you to stay was because as you know, the delegation of exchange students is coming. And I wanted to form an activities committee and a hospitality committee to care for them while they're here. I just wanted to know if this was something you wanted to participate in.
Well, if I do this, will I have to stay after school?
Oh no, Lauren, we'd work on the project during school hours, and it would actually count as extra credit for your home economics grade this semester.
Then I'd love to be on the hospitality committee. That is something I'm familiar with.
Really, Lauren? That's an interest of yours at such a young age? Most kids your age don't even know the definition of that word.
I know what hospitality means. It means being friendly, generous, and kind to those who might visit you, guests, or even strangers. There is a scripture in the Bible at Hebrews 13:2 that tells us, do not forget hospitality, because through it some unknowingly entertained angels.
Well, I guess you do have a little bit of knowledge in this area.
I also know that as a Christian, it is my responsibility to show hospitality to others.
Really? Well, it sounds like you take that obligation seriously.
I do. In the Bible, it talks about the Israelites being condemned by Jehovah God through a prophet for their lack of hospitality. Their fasting and bowing down to God was of no value because their brothers were lacking food, clothing, and shelter. So I do take it seriously. I would hate for anything to hurt my relationship with God.
Well, is there anything else, Lauren, that you can share for me that you've learned about hospitality?
Yes, the Bible speaks of ways in which Christians during ancient times showed hospitality. Please look here in my Bible at Genesis 18:4. Now read that. It says, please let a little water be brought and have your feet washed, then recline under the tree. So here the householder showed hospitality to a guest by washing their feet. Let me show you another scripture here at Genesis 29, verse 13. And could you read that for me, please?
Sure.
That's Genesis 29, verse 13.
It says, as soon as Laban heard the report about Jacob, the son of his sister, he ran to meet him. He embraced him and kissed him and brought him into his house. and he began to tell Laban all these things. Wow, this certainly sounds like endearing, warm welcome, that kiss. But we certainly wouldn't expect anybody on our hospitality committee to do that.
Good thing, because my daddy would not like me doing that. Included in hospitality in the Bible times is care being given to any animals traveling with the guests too. In our day, we can obviously extend hospitality to any guests we might invite to our homes. We can also look for ways to extend hospitality to any of our neighbors or friends who might be in need due to an accident, sickness, or death in the family. I've previously helped my mother prepare meals for families.
Wow, that's really nice, Lauren. That is true hospitality. But let me ask you one question. Do you show hospitality to people because you enjoy it, or just because it's something that your God requires?
I do what Jehovah requires because I love him. 1 Peter 4:9 tells us to be hospitable with one another without grumbling. And that's what I'd like to do. Let me share with you one last scripture here at Acts 20, verse 35. And I'll read that. It says, "There is more happiness in giving than there is in receiving." I always feel good when I'm able to do something nice for others. Don't you feel the same?
You know, Lauren, I do. There is more happiness in giving than in receiving.
So, Miss Baker, since you know as a true Christian, it is my responsibility to show hospitality to others. Can I be on the hospitality committee?
Definitely. Let's get started on our work.